that is, refuse to be mediocre. Refuse to be mediocre. Become an expert at something. I don't care what it is, but you have to do something that is necessary to mankind so well that you become inevitable to someone. I remember when pure water came out, many years ago. Sachet water, this whole sachet water that people started selling for 5 naira, it's everywhere now. Pure water. It is not pure, but it's called pure water because that's the name everybody knows it for. I think it started from Lagos, if I'm correct, where somebody just had this idea, put water in a sachet because a lot of people couldn't afford bottled water, and the person came up with the idea, put water in a small sachet, and people who are traffic has been synonymous with Lagos like forever, sell it to people in traffic, and look at what it is today. Pure water is no longer, it's like a household name basically. Almost every household has been through pure water, or probably use it, and whatever. So somebody came up with the idea, but it's everywhere today, and probably the original person who came up with that idea, who knows, maybe the person has even gone out of the business, or because everybody and their grandmother and their pets are in that business now, So, but the thing is, the point I'm trying to get to is create an idea that is unique to you and that makes you so special you become needed and necessary to either to a company or to people. That is what guarantees that you move forward in life. Look, I'm not talking about the situation where people get lucky, and again, luck is even relative. People don't just get lucky by sitting down at home and hoping that things will change, or sitting down and thinking, my business is going to pick up someday. There's this scripture that has been my favorite all of my life, and that is, I don't even remember what that is, it's somewhere in Proverbs, I think. That scripture says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it diligently. Whatever your hand finds to do. So life is a journey. You start from somewhere. Sometimes you start from the mundane, and then you start walking and inching towards your dream. Whatever your hand finds to do. Somebody says, Tony, please help me do this. Do it like your life depends on it, even if you don't like it, even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't hate it. As long as somebody, I see some people who have a job and they're like, how much are they even paying me here? Blah, 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 blah. They're complaining, when they hired me, they didn't tell me that I'll be doing this. They didn't tell me that I'll be doing that. Sometimes that responsibility they gave you, which isn't part of what they invited you into that company to do, may be what will sustain you later on. It might be what will make you relevant in the company later on. You never know. So when they say do this, people are like, I'm not a slave. Stop using me. Stop doing this and that. I remember when I was working for a particular oil company, I was bombarded with responsibilities left, right, and center. Of course, there were some that I resisted because I felt I was being used and abused. I'm not saying allow yourself to be used and abused, but as long as it was a job or a responsibility that could move my team forward, that could move the company forward, I did it. And before I knew what was happening, I was doing well in the company. Everybody knew me. And when it was time to go, nobody wanted me to leave. So that is how life works. Whatever your hand finds to do it like your life depends on it. Don't wait for someone or for other people who say nobody's encouraging me. Dude, nobody's going to encourage you on the way to your own destiny. Nope, hardly. Of course, occasionally, in life, somehow that's how God designed it. You'll find people who will encourage you, people who would push you, people who would support you. But you have to live your life as if those people don't exist, and even if they don't come, you have to keep pushing forward until you find that niche. Some people think that, some people are so lucky in the sense that they know what they want from the very young age. I look at Abiodun Folawi, your shoe speed. He's been doing shoes close to 20 years. Since I've known the guy does leather work, and he keeps improving every year. He's just only before he found making shoes, only God knows how many things he's found that didn't work, that he's tried that didn't work. Sophia Akinola is a beads expert. She does bracelets and beads, and she's expert at what she does. That's what she's known for. The question is, what are you known for? And you have to keep at it and push and fight. Days when you don't feel like working, you get up, you work. The days that you don't feel like making those bracelets, you're making them. You're trying designs, you're learning about designs, you're learning about stuff. Sometimes you will win, sometimes you will fail, but you just have to keep at it. And surround yourself with people who inspire you. When people come into your life who inspire you, hold them like your life depends on them. It's not people who are successful in life sometimes, or who who have achieved certain heights in life, don't open their gates to just everybody. If they open their gates to you and you find yourself in their circle, use it well. Learn as much as you can from them. Be inspired by them. Learn as much as you can. There's this thing where we're growing up in the church, they used to say, oh, I sat at this person's feet, or I sat at that person's feet, which meant I learned from them. Whose feet are you sitting at right now? Because that means a lot. The person you're drinking, whose fountain of wisdom or life you're drinking from, means a lot. Who is your inspiration? What have they achieved in life? How are they? Which is why I was saying the other day, when this the judge, the lady in the United States that passed on, everybody's been saying a lot of great things about her all across the world, even in Nigeria. The question is, I look at regions, so-called political juggernauts in Nigeria, and I'm saying to myself, who knows you? Who is inspired by you? They are big politically, they are big in their own eyes, but it's only within their region. There are some of them that are so massive in Nigeria, nobody knows them in Cotonou. And even if they know them in Cotonou, they are irrelevant to the people in Cotonou. They don't inspire anybody in Cotonou to do anything significant. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who, when you read their story and when you hear their story, is a true inspiration. People who do well, people who inspire others to do well for mankind and for humanity, and who are providing services that are amazingly excellent. That is my challenge to you today. It's the beginning of another week. Don't look at the weather and say, oh, it's raining, I can't go to the market. Oh, it's raining, I can't go to this place. Or more, wear your raincoat, get out, do something. Actually, let me finish this message by saying this. You become relevant, you become important, and you achieve more when you go out, when nobody else wants to go out. When you go the distance that nobody else is willing to go. That's what separates you. That's what separates the lions from the hyenas. That's what separates that's what makes you climb up the food chain. When you're willing to do what nobody else is willing to do, you stay awake when everybody else is asleep. You're researching when everybody else is posting pictures of themselves on Facebook. You are busy researching. When people are doing all sorts of stuff, you are setting yourself apart. The weather is going to be crazy for some time. Traffic is going to be mad. But if you need to get out to get stuff done, get out, get it done. If you need to stay hours researching, stay hours researching. Just separate yourself. There's a book, a pet project that's in my head, and I will not rest until that book is reality, and that is Becoming an Alpha. I've talked about it, I'm already working on it, and I'm going to publish that book, Becoming an Alpha. You need to climb up the food chain in life. Otherwise, you're going to be like everybody else, waking up every day to one mundane, mediocre life. And anybody can climb up the food chain. Anybody can become the alpha. It doesn't matter who your father is or who your mother is, whether they are caracellas or they are politicians, whatever. You can climb up the food chain. You can become relevant. People can know you all over the world. Let me tell you, there are people who know some of us today all over the world, and they don't know some of the big political bigwigs in Nigeria, simply because what we do influences people around the world and inspires them. So it's not a question of how much money you have in your bank account that's makes you climb up the food chain. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being relevant to mankind. When people are talking about you and are using you as a positive example, that is what I'm talking about. Have a lovely day, guys.